Hey everyone, welcome back. So we're going to be prepping two cars here. Then we're going to send them out around the track and see who's going to come out on top here. Lewis Hamilton or Max Verstappen. Stay tuned. Well, besides sticking all that fresh rubber on there, they look much better. Let's just run it again. All right, so let's take a look at Lewis's tires now. Let me get my hand under the light here. See, look at those. We're able to get a pretty good contact patch. Let's look at the other side. I haven't looked at that side yet. So there's a little low spot right there. You can see, tell because it's shiny. It's not tacky. So, and then there's another one right there. So you can see this tire needs a little bit more work. Okay, so I'll send it again. All right, so I've spent some time now prepping both these cars, and let's take a look at Lewis's tires now. So I'll just run it back. I'll try and get a look here without blocking the light. Let's see, it's come around this side maybe. There we go. Let's see if we get a look at the tires. Just gonna roll it back here. So we're looking for anything that looks shiny. So a little bit right there. The slightest amount on the outside there. Okay, let's try and get this focused a little better. All right, let's try one more time. Okay, so it really looks like there's just that one spot on the outside left. These actually were pretty good. They came out pretty good, all things considered here. So let's switch over. Let's take a look at Max. All right, so here we got Max's car. So when we were looking at them, I spent a lot of time on the finish, and I was mentioning how it seemed like there was hardware. It looked like there was hardware and stuff in the paint, or sorry, in the seams. It's tough to tell, but there's right between the Rocket and the Visa, there are these little, they almost look like hardware dots, but it has them on the other side too. So interesting. There's some of the other debris on here is rubber dust. Let's give that a quick one of those. It's a little better. All right, so let's take a look at these tires now. Look at that one there, the right one. Let's go one more time. So we've just got that one spot there on the outside. Unfortunately, on the outside, right there. So I don't know if you remember, we were going over the unboxing in the previous video, but the tire wasn't seated. Let me see if I got a pointer here. What is this? So the tire wasn't seated on the outside edge of the wheel. So it was, the inner lip was folded over on the inside, and then it was riding the grooves of the rim on the inside. So it left these impressions in the tire, so I stretched it beyond, so that way we could get that bead to open up again and then get it back on the wheel. But we're never gonna fix, the tire being out of shape, being out of round. And so this is kind of what we're seeing here. So we have a whole section of the tire. Let me just slide this over a little. So we got a whole section of the tire here that's just making really, really poor contact, unfortunately. And yeah, it has to be on the outside too, which is where you're gonna have the most load on this. So I've been running it and trying to wear it in, but I also don't want to take the tire beyond its window. Like you can see where they're at right now. They're really sticky. They're picking up all sorts of debris. Specifically, you can see it on the left. There's a couple white dots there. That's just an example of how sticky they are right now. And so we're gonna just run them as they are. So stay. All right, so we got Lewis staged up here, ready to make a lap. So I spent some time running a couple more cars across the track just to kind of get it ready and pick up any debris that might be on here. But one of the things I noticed I was having trouble with was this area off the bridge. There's that clip in the background to hold the track down. That wasn't on when I shot that other video, so that's why the cars kept popping off so easily. You know, these some of these like to twist and do all sorts of stuff, so sometimes you need to get creative and come up with ways to kind of keep it all in place. So let's send Lewis around here. Here we go. All right, take two. So as I mentioned before, you know, it's been a while since I've used this. So I had some shims that were in there before just to try and help this corner out a bit. As you can tell, I've pushed the layout to the max on this piece of plywood, 8x4. So we're hanging over here, we're hanging over back there. So I do want to add, you know, an L probably at some point, but then I have to come up with something for the snowblower. So I don't know, maybe we do 2 bridges up onto a elevated platform, perhaps. I don't know. We'll come up with something. Maybe I could draw something up. But anyway, let's send Lewis around here. Take 2. Let's see if he goes. Oh, big crash.